Okay, it's me, Mr. Midshipman again. And while we're down here, I wanted to show you the gel coat. See, it's that white stuff, and that's what they put down in the bottom of the mold before they start laying on this, whatever they want to lay on there. I prefer epoxy, but that's the school of thought I went to, and you'll see it doesn't matter. There's about 5,000 different people with 5,000 different lies on the internet that they're just lying to you. That polyester is crap, period. And in my school of thought, I was told not to use that. The rest of you can use it all you want. Go ahead, it's crap. It cracks, it's brittle, it doesn't hold up, it has no strength whatsoever. I'm going to show you. Take the duct tape off. And look, it did. You can see the gel coat. So let's go and see how well we did patch the hole up in the boat. That's actually where the chisel went through, because they didn't do it right from the factory. They only bought the roving up to this line right here, and if you'll notice, this is a swing keel, which hopefully it looks in pretty good shape. And that's another thing you can do all summer, winter I mean, summer. You can drop the keel, and the keel is held right here by 2 bolts. 4 bolts holds that keel up. It's 1,500 pounds. Isn't it amazing? My Perco Garboard drain plug, see, that I'm going to install on the floor. I was originally going to install it right here, see, because that's the only place I could access it, because my hands get so full of these glass needles. See, it's horrible. So by cutting the floor out and with a little help from God, we were able to get a good power shower last night. And then I see how it's going out the back of them scuppers? See the water? It's going right out there now. It's raining pretty good too. You can see the leaves falls here. Yeah, I fixed that. So yeah, now you can see the water there? That's another problem, that because I took one of the cleats out and it's leaking there. But see those lines right there? They're just from sliding this board up and down right there, the corner of that board. You can see because I can tell you how you can see, because that's how you can tell. The dust would show any water leaking in there, and there's no water leaking in there. That's what's good about having it nice and dusty like that, but boy does this stuff itch. Right here is one of the stringers. See, it goes right there, you can see. And right here's one of the stringers, but that access thing comes here. So you can slide your hand under here and turn this. So this was the lowest spot in the boat. Also, on this side here, also right here on this side, here's the other stringer. See, he had a hole cut, I think like an 8-inch hole cut, and had the sump here. But being that's the lowest spot on the boat right there, I'm going to have to plug this hole up and re-drill it over here and run a, say, 1.25 inch hole through there for the bilge pump and mount it right there, see? And see, because it's both the lowest spot in the boat. So the bilge will go here. Also, the boat won't fit here because there's only like 4 inches of clearance here. This side for some reason is lower than that side of the boat. So you can put a rule 500, but over here you can put a rule, I think, 1500. To fix this Garboard, what I did was, Garboard drain, I stuffed it with, you know, just regular old cardboard. I bought some cloth, you know, like probably 50 yards of this stuff before the internet. And boy, was that some real crap shit. This stuff here is the 10-ounce military grade, and boy did that stuff just settle. There was no voids, no air bubbles or nothing. This works good. And underneath that, I don't know if you can see, but right here on this side, We built that up with roving. See, and we had to chip this out. Yeah, because we want the roving, this military grade stuff here to overlap, you know. Gee, look how nice a roving job I did. See the water? I just took it all out with this. Yep. And now, because we got what we want, we're ready to drill. I could have got a real one, but this is like, I think, a keyhole saw from the old days. Yep, that I had to use. It's 1 inch. It fits that. So, rather than waste any more time, we're just going to drill right about here. The lowest point in the boat, right here. That's it, right in the middle, because it's easier to get like a wrench in there. And yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect to set this right in there now. I built this up. I was normally, this is what was in the floor before this, laminate bulking material, which I just found out about, but this is 1982, this boat, and they used it. And what it is, it's, remember I told you, it's like felt. It got wet, and it rotted out just like paper mache all through there. And I had dug that all up until we got down to the gel coat. So, I don't even think a boat surveyor would have saw all this damage in the boat. There it is, cut out. Beautiful. Now does that fit in there? Look at that. Perfect. Now we got these. Very hard to find. They're number 10 wood screws, solid brass, and they're only like a 1/2 inch long. Very hard to find. But they're the perfect size for this. And they don't come with it, unfortunately. So see, they fit perfect in there. So what I'm saying is you can't do this, but you could mount this up here between this one right here, this stringer and this stringer. You could mount it where I drilled the old hole. So I have to fill that in because I couldn't do this before because the floor's here. Now I can reach my hand underneath there and turn it with a wrench and break it loose, and the water will drain all winter while it's up on the trailer. Tell me that's not smart, huh? Damn straight. So let's finish up this job. So we put these gloves on here. These are black and they're really heavy duty. A few pennies more, they last really good. Way better than the cheaper brands like the blue ones. The best ones are latex gloves. Oh, you need any confirmation? Call this number right here, see? They'll tell you. Latex. Now here we used the 3/32 mil fiber and some of that silicate. We put the clay on there so we don't get any other stuff in the threads, because you know that's really nasty stuff. Okay. But you're going to have to put the screws in before it hardens. So we'll set that right there. And now we'll take this, which we also roughed up with the sanding wheel, and make sure it's level. We have a low spot there. See? And we have a low spot right here, just around the edge. And I guess you could probably caulk that in, and then you don't have to mix all this stuff. But that's the lazy way again, right? So it's up to you how you do things. And there you go. This levels it right out. And then you can set it. You see, we missed a spot here. Right there. There a little bit more. And now we can just put this in here. See that? And that should just set right in that bedding stuff, like a bedding compound, but it's not. See? It's high on one side. You can tell. It's this side right here. If you want to build up. And now, I'd say that's good. Yep. Yeah. Actually, man, you don't want to make sure you mark that drill so you don't drill through the bottom of the boat with these now, too. You don't need all these holes in your bottom, your boat. Perfect. Seems like you can tighten them pretty tight. I wanted to show you something else that the factory did. Screwed up. See this right here? I noticed. See this right here? This is the tonneau that holds the swing keel up with 4 bolts. Right here, it sits down about, half an inch, which I had to file grind away. And here you get into the cloth. See the cloth? And then over here, what I'd noticed was, when I hit it there, it didn't sound right. And in here, it's all hollow behind here. How far back? So there, isn't that messed up, Dr. Phil? Yeah, you have to, I mean, you know, it's not doing nothing. Not only that, that's what was happening to this floor when I had to remove it. It was the same thing, separation by using inferior products to save money. And then it started to migrate through that felt stuff, bulker, and then the whole floor was separating from the gel coat. So I actually sanded that right down to the gel coat. You can see the gel coat shining through right here. I have no idea how I did that. You really have to be like a freaking expert or something and take it right down to the gel coat. With chisels yet. Yeah, I lifted it all with chisels. See, I was following this mold back here. So yeah, there we go. Well, same reason we don't want to use this. We want to use this, and notice how I took the guard off. Yep. So, very dangerous. I wouldn't do this with it. Start, so you're going to touch it like that, see? Touch your finger. Kick it off like that. micro dental tool out, right? That's what it looks like. And we'll finish it up with this. Same thing, you can hurt yourself with that too. We can just get in there with the chisel. Separate it. And you can see the mold and wood are forming in behind there. So it had to be coming out. Look how strong that stuff is, man. That stuff is stronger than the guy that's got the carbon fiber. So, carbon fiber, yeah, it's lighter stuff, but it's not really as strong as they try to make it look, is it now? Now see, we still have air getting in there. So let me show you what I'm going to do here. I got my Chicago Electric that I'm pointing at myself, see, it could go off. And it's the Chicago Electric 18 volt. Which I found this drill. It's the only size I find. You don't need any special drill. And you notice if you can't do this with your drill, then it's time you buy a new one. And then one-handed locked it. See, that's right. So I don't have to get my hands in here and slip both ways. No. Now I see it's going backwards, so I can push this. Nice variable speed and all. I did a review on this too. I think I paid, what was it, $25 for it with the coupon. You can get them 20% coupons in your favorite magazine. You know. Unless you read something like Teen World. Okay, let me show you what I'm going to do now. You can take this drill, go outside, and drill up to the floor. Unless you're real lazy. Yeah, well, you see, I was right on target, and at the same time I brought the airline in at the same time I'm zooming out. Well, isn't that slick? I can do 3 things at the same time. It's what you got to start doing that if you want me to watch your videos. Now, at the same time I'm doing this, I'm looking for my N95 gas mask. Just double check to make sure. Sometimes I say, yep, N95, see. That's what's so good about a cell phone. You can actually read that, can't you? So remember, the text message, that's a capital N. So now we put the N95 on and it's changed my voice. Listen. Perhaps he is wondering why you would shoot a man before throwing him out of the plane. Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask. I'm going to take this. And see how I tighten it? And I painted that green with that cheapo green paint that you get at the green cheapo store. And I painted these nice and cheapo green. See that? And I put them on this nice cheap crab or biner. A lot of people call them all different names. In fact, there's a whole couple different languages you could learn if you wanted. You gotta tighten that if you didn't see it slipping. Now we gotta stick these glasses on because see, they fog up really bad. And yet with these glasses I have better vision than year 2020. So you might want to get a pair anyway. Now the roving showing. Boy, I really went thick with this. There we go. See what we did? I'll pop that through. And all of it's that clay I stuck on it. Oh my God, dude, I must have that floor now. Well, I don't know if you can hear this, but listen. That's the Garboard, and that's the Garboard drain. Now listen, here's my floor out of epoxy, listen. Now here's their floor, polyester with foam and stuff in it. How theirs has a hollow pump. There's the Garboard drain in there, see? Perfect, isn't it? That's what I'm talking about. You can't see three-dimensional, but I have over an inch of roving and military 10-ounce grade on there. And I have all these micro balloons if you wanted to use them.